up, you guys? It is Taylor, and today I have a very informative video for you guys today, but also a super exciting one, of course. So today I'm going to be talking about celiac disease. So I had made this video about my personal experience with celiac disease, and I watched the video back and I realized that it was just kind of a mess. I had no idea what the heck I was saying. So I deleted the video and then I never refilmed it because I must have just forgot about it. And then I was writing down YouTube video ideas one night and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to remake that video because the one that I made, I just personally didn't like it. And I just, want to make sure that any video that I put out, I'm always proud of it. And I feel like at the time I was proud of that video, but I was like, you know what, let's just delete this and start over. So today we are going to talk about celiac disease, my personal experience with it. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you all subscribe to my channel if you have not already. My name is Taylor. We're gonna hop into this video. So it's kind of a long story about my personal experience, but we'll try and make it a little bit short. So basically, at the end of 2020, obviously 2020 was a very, very hard year for everybody, and it was a hard year for me as well. I feel like I definitely got really, really sad because I had no senior year of high school. Like, I had January through March, and that was pretty much it. So it was very, very hard for me, and it was just very difficult, kind of just for everybody, but I feel like for me it just really like hit me, and sometimes I can't even think about it because it makes me so sad. So the end of 2020, literally like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever, I happened to get COVID, and so did my parents. Thank God nothing was seriously like severe, but mine was like very weird. Like, normally when I get sick or whatever, it's like a cold, runny nose, like all the basic things, but this one just felt different, and I was like vomiting, which is like weird. I feel like that never happens to me, so I was just kind of like, okay, like whatever, I'll feel better in the morning. I wake up, it still felt pretty weird, and then I had a lot of health issues, and in 2021 I was nauseous from January something till like the end of April, and I just felt like I couldn't like vomit or anything like that, and I'm like, this is so weird, but I'm so nauseous. Sometimes I felt like I couldn't even speak because I just like was so like nauseous, and I felt like I couldn't eat. I felt like I couldn't even like look at food. I'm like, what in the world is going on? So then the nausea calmed down, and I got really, really happy about that. I was like, phew, like that is over. But then, some point in May, I think it was like early May, I wake up one day and my stomach was feeling weird. So I was kind of like, okay, maybe it's just like, my period or whatever, because I do have a lot of period issues. But that's a story for another time. If you guys want to know, just leave me a comment below or give this video a huge thumbs up, and I'll definitely talk about that if you guys want me to. But if not, that's completely fine too. But anyways, I was just like, oh, it's probably just like my period or something, like whatever. I just kind of like brushed it off. But then I felt like it was a little bit more than just my period, because I was just in like severe pain, and my stomach just kind of felt like weird and like just like loosey-goosey, I guess. And I was like, what in the world is going on? So then I just wound up getting a lot of tests done, going to a GI doctor, and eventually they were just kind of like, well, all these tests are coming back normal and we don't know what else to do, and obviously you're in pain, so you should definitely get an endoscopy. And at first I really didn't want to do it because I don't really like anesthesia or anything like that. It kind of just like grosses me out and just whatever. But I mean, obviously I got it done when I got my wisdom teeth out, like freshman year of high school. But obviously I don't really like anesthesia. I just think it's weird. But I was just kind of like, you know what, I can't be in pain forever. Like, I can't just keep being upset or anything like that. So I was like, fine, I'll just do it. So I get it done around like June 2021. I think it was like the day after my grandma's birthday, which is like so random, but it's just how like I remember it. So I got it done, and then like I wake up from it, came home, like whatever, and I definitely felt a little bit like dizzy and stuff. But then after a while, like I was fine, and then they said they'll call me back with the results because I had asked like if they found anything. And the lady was just kind of like, no, they'll just, give you a call. So I was like, okay. So then I was actually outside with my mom. We happened to just be outside. It was like a nice day, like whatever. And I happened to get a phone call, and I was just like, oh, like whatever, like it's just a random number. But then they left a voicemail, and it was the GI doctor. So I called her back super, super quickly. Thank God she answered. And then she basically just said that I have celiac disease. So celiac disease is basically like gluten-free, and, every other food just kind of like bothers you. So if I don't have like gluten-free pasta, pizza, bread, you know, certain snacks, etc., then I'm just not going to feel right and everything like that. So obviously a lot of people kind of know what gluten-free is or celiac disease if you have it or if somebody in your family has it, but not a lot of like restaurants know about it or anything like that. But a lot more restaurants are starting to get like well known about it. Like they have to keep everything separate. There's just one pizza restaurant that we order from pretty frequently that has like a gluten-free like pizza and stuff. They also have pasta, but the pasta didn't sit right with me one time. Maybe I have to get something else, I don't know. But the pizza is usually pretty good. They obviously don't cut it because, you know, cross-contamination and stuff like that could also make you pretty sick. So there's definitely a lot to like gluten-free and stuff. So when it first happened, I was just kind of like, oh my god, like how am I going out to eat and stuff like that. And then a few weeks after I got the test done, then we obviously go down to shore for the month of July. You guys probably all know that because I mentioned it in a few videos and everything like that. So we go down to shore and like it was very, very hard to go out to eat. Like I honestly like hated it because I just felt like I couldn't eat anything and I just wanted to eat at our little shore house all the time, which definitely happened very, very frequently. I feel like we barely went out to eat. Even if we did, I just tried to be like, hey, I can't, you know, have this on it or whatever. So it was definitely very, very hard. But then after a while, it definitely got a lot easier because a lot of grocery stores and stuff have like a gluten-free section or freezer. I also like read stuff very, very carefully before anybody like uses anything, like my sister, my dad, etc., my mom as well. And also for Christmas this past year, my sister had got me my own like cart for like the kitchen and like all my own stuff, like my own toaster, own like pancake making thing or whatever, cutting boards, excuse me, like all that good stuff, because I still have stomach pain. It's still been like, you know, a year-ish later, or actually it's been, well, alright, it's 2021. So yeah, it's been like 2-ish years, something like that, and honestly I still have pain like every single day. Honestly, I can't stand it. I try and do everything, but it just like, it doesn't work. So I just have a lot of like pains all the time. But just, yeah, having celiac disease is very, very hard. I also feel like going to family parties is also very, very difficult because sometimes I feel like I just can't eat anything and it's just like very hard to, you know, some things just like really get to me, but other times I'm just like whatever, like I'd rather like just eat what I could eat and, you know, not be like sick or whatever, because I don't really like having like that sick feeling. It kind of just makes me sad and like anxious and stuff like that. So definitely having celiac disease is very, very hard. But at the end of the day, I always feel like I kind of had this because sometimes I would come home from like family parties and just like not feel right because maybe I ate too much of this, too much of that, and I always just felt weird. So I feel like I probably had this for years and honestly had no idea. And you guys are probably wondering, well, does anybody in your family have it? No. Nobody has it, which is crazy because I feel like somebody on my mom's side could have had it, but also they don't really get tested for a lot of things, and me and my mom are always going to the doctors all the time because we always just get like, you know, nervous about this, that, the other thing. Then they tell us everything's fine, like, which is great, but then at the end of the day it's just kind of like, well, then why am I still feeling so weird? So yeah, having celiac disease is very, very hard, but at the end of the day I know that it's going to help me. And obviously my stomach has been a lot better than it was. I still have pains, you know, pretty like frequently, but it's not as bad as it was. And obviously, you know, there's other things that, you know, go into it. I take like other, you know, medicines and kind of stuff like that. Also, I have like period stuff on top of that, so sometimes that's another reason my stomach hurts. So my stomach just kind of hurts 24/7. It's honestly kind of annoying, but at the end of the day I just kind of deal with it. And if you guys want a video, or I can even kind of do it on TikTok, that might be a little bit easier to do it on TikTok, but if you guys want me to do a video about like what I eat throughout the day, I could definitely do that. I've always thought about doing that. I should write that down in case you guys like want me to do that. But I feel like eating as a gluten-free person at home is very, very easy in my opinion, as long as you get like the right stuff from the grocery store. Going out to eat is a little bit difficult, but I feel like it's gotten a lot better over the past like a couple of years or anything. So that is just my personal experience with celiac disease. I know a lot of people have a lot of more things that go on with their celiac disease, but I feel like mine isn't super bad. Obviously it's still like, you know, severe. It's like autoimmune disease and everything like that, but that is just my personal experience with celiac disease. If you guys want me to do a video about stuff I eat throughout the day, give it a huge thumbs up. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a huge thumbs up if you learned anything new. Also comment below if you have any personal experience with celiac disease or any fun things that you make throughout the day that are gluten-free, because I can definitely check that out and try and make it, because I'm always looking for new stuff to make. But anyways, I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. My name is Taylor, and I'll see you later. Alright, bye guys.